Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're exposing the covert and controversial Operation Signal, a secret intelligence operation shrouded in manipulation, surveillance, and espionage. While lesser known than other Cold War-era projects, Operation Signal involved intercepting communications, planting false information, and destabilizing political movements to maintain control over key regions. This operation shows how far intelligence agencies were willing to go to influence both allies and adversaries during a time of global tension. Let's dive into the dirty tactics, hidden agendas, and long-term consequences of this shadowy operation. What was Operation Signal? Operation Signal was an intelligence program launched during the Cold War, aimed at intercepting and controlling communication networks in targeted regions. The goal was to manipulate political events by gaining access to encrypted messages, sensitive government discussions, and strategic plans. This allowed intelligence agencies to stay ahead of rival powers, disrupt opposition activities, and protect their geopolitical interests. One of the operation's key strategies was to infiltrate and monitor high-level communications within both friendly and hostile nations. The operation didn't just focus on passive surveillance, it actively planted disinformation to create confusion and conflict. Dirty tactics used in Operation Signal. Intercepting private communications. Under Operation Signal, intelligence agencies deployed advanced surveillance equipment to tap into phone lines, radio signals, and encrypted transmissions. This gave them real-time access to confidential military, political, and economic information. Planting false information. To manipulate rivals, agents involved in the operation would inject false intelligence into intercepted messages. This disinformation was designed to create internal conflicts or lead adversaries to make strategic miscalculations. Coercion and blackmail. By monitoring sensitive communications, intelligence operatives identified vulnerable individuals, politicians, diplomats, and military officers, whom they could coerce or blackmail. This ensured that certain figures acted in line with the operation's objectives. Manipulating allied nations. While the operation targeted enemies, it also involved surveillance of allied nations to ensure compliance with foreign policy objectives. By secretly monitoring their allies, intelligence agencies were able to influence political negotiations and decisions behind the scenes. Why it's considered dirty. Operation Signal crossed several ethical and legal boundaries by invading the privacy of both individuals and sovereign governments. Its use of coercion, disinformation, and surveillance made it a prime example of Cold War-era overreach in the name of national security. The operation also undermined diplomatic trust between nations, as many allies were unaware that they were being spied on. These tactics, while effective in the short term, created long-lasting mistrust in international relations. Impact and consequences. Operation Signal had a profound impact on global politics during its time. By gaining access to high-level intelligence, participating agencies were able to preempt political moves by rival powers and thwart potential uprisings. However, the program's reliance on dirty tactics also led to political scandals and the eventual exposure of surveillance abuses. In the long run, these revelations contributed to global privacy and security debates, as governments and activists called for stricter limits on intelligence-gathering operations. Modern surveillance programs continue to face public scrutiny, with many questioning the balance between security and personal freedom. Legacy and lessons. This operation highlights the importance of accountability and oversight in intelligence work. Without transparency, even well-intentioned programs risk crossing ethical lines and violating fundamental rights. Operation Signal is a stark example of how surveillance and manipulation were weaponized during the Cold War to maintain control and influence. While it may have provided strategic advantages, its tactics left a legacy of mistrust and ethical concerns. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of history's secret operations, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more hidden stories from the past. Let us know in the comments what topics you'd like us to explore next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.